I'm here today with Lauren Wallett, who is the founder of Creatrix. I think that's a SaaS software startup. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about yourself before we jump into the first point of discussion, which is trends and virality in marketing, if we want to react to that, or how you can be proactive about certain trends. But take it away. Let us know a little bit about you, Lauren.
Great, thanks for having me. Yeah, so my background is in marketing. I've got 20 years of marketing experience, both from the agency side, working in-house, and then I actually had an academy which trained small business owners and service providers to build communities and create organic content marketing on social media.
Cool.
And then the culmination of 20 years came to its head when I was like, I think we need to wrap talent into software so that it can be scaled. One of the biggest challenges I had as a creative strategist and working in marketing is that so much time is spent doing grunt work, analyzing analytics, looking at trends, trying to forecast, just so much stuff that is incredibly boring to a creative mind, but that is necessary if you are going to be presenting your ideas to clients. So I thought, how do I take the best of what I've done from the past 20 years and put this into a software solution that is more scalable and people can use, that becomes an extension and expression of yourself as a creative strategist or within a marketing team. So that's how Creatrix was born. It exists, it's living in the world, and I'm very excited about its growth, and just how it can support creatives to get new ideas out there into the world.
So maybe this is like a pretty obvious question, and or the answer is obvious, but would you say that that's how you as a marketer, you've developed your own strategies and that's why you created a platform that kind of mimics that way of thinking, or what would you say?
Yeah, as a creative person, I'm continuously doing, I would say, what a large language learning model does. Like I'm surmising everything that I know, all the different data points, I'm putting them together, and then I'm coming out with an answer. So when you do that as a creative, it comes very naturally, but it's extremely confusing to someone who isn't creative. So sometimes you'll just know things and you'll be like, this is what it is. For example, I use the example that I love, which is rat. I'm really into this rat concept, rat girl summer, rats in general.
Rat boyfriend, was it?
Yeah, hot rat. So I'm just naturally into that, and I'm okay with it because often creatives just have original ideas, but then you realize there's no such thing as an original idea. There's always a subculture who's into it.
For sure.
And if you start following that trend, you'd realize there's hundreds of thousands of people who are into that. Before, I wasn't able to point to the data that backed up my intuition. So I wanted to be able to say, this is not just a good idea because I, Lauren, think so based on all the things in my life which have led me to this point, but I get to go, I've now audited all these different accounts or tracked these different metrics and hashtags, and it's not just me. This is like a worldwide phenomenon.
Very cool.
I think it works best, a software like Creatrix, for a person who has a specific idea in mind and they want to test that hypothesis. They think that this is where it's going. They have their own intuition, and the data backs it up.
That's really cool. And that actually makes me wonder, what do you think, just to go back to the whole rat subculture argument that you just shared, what makes the thing go mainstream? Is it relatability? Is it something like it just resonates with the people who do know ahead of it becoming a trend? And we can talk a little bit about predictive stuff too, because I know that plays a part in how we react to a certain strategy, but I don't know. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, so I think that there is a collective consciousness, like the zeitgeist, and certain things resonate at different times. But to try and manufacture a trend I don't think is ever going to work. By the time it's trending, it's ending. So if you're jumping on a trend and trying to keep up, you're always on the back foot. The best ideas are the ideas that we haven't seen yet. That's how in a society where everything is status quo, someone will come along like Maya Angelou or David Bowie, and suddenly it's a whole different thing. But they've touched on something that is so in tune with them, their originality, but that is part of the collective human experience. And then people follow a subculture until it becomes mainstream. Then the minute it becomes mainstream, it's ending. So even something like Burning Man, which started off being cool, now it's
a certain person goes to
now it's just over. Like it's not the vibe that it was in the beginning. So I think if you follow the artists, you follow the original thinkers, the ones that then take off, that then becomes the trend. But the best thing you can do as a creative is stay true to your own originality. As a business, that's not your job. Your business is how do you still appeal to people and be creative and be relevant. So you do need to look at certain trends or keep abreast to like pop culture. But I wouldn't say a brand needs to try and originate a trend. but they certainly don't need to hop on every existing trend. They need to look at what's working within their vertical or within their industry specifically.
Yeah, I was
so
just
looking at
about to ask.
micro trends or subcultures. For example, Coca-Cola. So when we did an audit on Coca-Cola, we were able to predict using Creatrix that they would do a collaboration with the gaming community and use multicolored Coke cans before they announced it. So that's a great subculture, like gaming community, which is also huge.
Yeah.
And not sticking to what you would think Coca-Cola, red and white, but actually that whole brand was in gold and green, using different colors to appeal to different people, multicultural. So they just really aligned themselves correctly. And I think brands can do that. So find a subculture to align with and follow what's trending within that subculture.
Yeah. Thanks for sticking with us till the end. So, what did you think? If you found this video useful, why not give us a like? Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content like this. See you next time.